Hey, welcome back if you're returning to my channel. If you're not, hello there. My name is Mulan. This is just gonna be a story time. As you can see from like the title of this video, I got robbed. So let me tell you some backstory. If you didn't know, I currently work at a couple novelty stores. The reason why it's a couple is because it's owned by like a small business, so there's two novelty stores owned by the same person. So me and my coworkers, we have to alternate stores, and it's not like I work at like full-time at one and then a part-time at another. It's not one of those situations. I work at technically both. So that's some backstory for you guys, and so let's get into it. So now that you know where I work at, it'll make more sense. So it was a Halloween day, because it wasn't nighttime, because we only were open that Sunday because it was Halloween landed on a Sunday and we like closed early on Sunday. So I worked from 12 to 6, and so it was around like 5:45, so it was about to be closing time when these two men came through. I don't know their names, so we'll call one of them Bob and one of them Henry, just to, you know, give them names, I guess. So Bob looked to be like 40 to 50, like bad 40 to 50 years old, while Henry looked like he was in his late teens, early 20s. From what I heard from my manager, because she looked at the cameras and she told me like it looked like they came separately. Like Dunkin' Donuts is right next door to us, so it looked like he parked in Dunkin' Donuts while this Bob parked in front of our store in a truck. And so they came in. Bob was acting really sporadically, like he looked like he was tweaking, like he was just on something. I don't know what it was, but wanted no part of it. And he came in and he asked us if we had Rush, which we do have Rush. For anybody that doesn't know what Rush is, it's basically like kind of like paint thinner. So what people do is they like sniff it and get high. And we had different sizes, so like the small ones are like $15, and then they're like this big, while the large ones are like this big, and they're like $22. They're pretty expensive, to be honest. So he was just like, wow, that's so expensive. And then he walked away, and then he came back and he was just like, so if I buy two large ones, will you give me a deal? And I was like, no, I can't do that because I just work here. I'm not the owner. Go home. Like, because like I was just over that whole day. Anyways, so I was like ready to go home. I wanted him to leave, and yeah, I didn't say that obviously, but I was feeling that way, because he was just acting sporadically, and he like was asking me in like a rude way, like he wasn't even being nice about it. So I was just like, no. And so he goes to Henry, they conversate a little bit. Then Bob goes straight to like the anal wall, where all our butt plugs and anal stuff are, and he's like looking around at that, because I have to watch them because like I'm just the only one there, and people like to take stuff, like small stuff, so like I have to like keep an eye out from like the counter. Henry is just looking around. He doesn't really look too interested in anything, to be honest. Like he's just looking, like it looked like he was just waiting to leave. But like when they came in, I thought they were together, because they were together technically, but I thought they like drove and came together, so I didn't know like they came separately until like pretty much a week later, to be honest. I didn't know until a few days ago that like they came separately, because my manager, like I said, looked over the cameras on the outside. Henry gives Bob some money for the Rush. He buys two of the small ones, and he's asking me questions. We have like female enhancers. It's like liquid enhancers. You apply it to, you know, your area, and it like makes it tingly and makes it easier for women to orgasm. So we have, the one that he was looking at was called Orgasmics, and I could understand why like people think like maybe it's made for men and women, because like there's both on like their packaging, but I'm pretty sure it's like made just for women. I'm sure like men probably could use it, but it's specifically made towards women. So he was asking me questions about that, and I was like, yeah, it's for, you know, these purposes. And then he like gave me an attitude and walked away, and I was like, okay, that's a little weird, but you know, whatever. And so he buys something small. I'm not 100% sure what it was, but like it was something like small. It costs like between $4 and $5. He gives me that $4 to $5 in loose change, so I have to count it all and all that stuff. And as I'm counting it, these 3 women came in, and now at this point it's like 5:58, and I'm like, hey, welcome in. I just want you ladies to know we're about to close in 2 minutes, so, you know, hoping that like they'll leave because like I'm ready to go. And so they're like, oh, you know, we just called you asking you about the rose, do you still have it? And I'm like, okay, that's fine, like we have some like roses by the counter, so I can just easily like get them taken care of and out the door in no time, it'll be fine. Oh, and for any of you guys that don't know what a rose is, it's an air pulse toy that pulls your clitoris in and out through air. And a lot of people like them because they're like cute, they're in a rose shape, so people like it. But like if you're interested in that, I wouldn't recommend the rose itself. I would recommend like a satisfier or a womanizer toy, because like the rose, you have to hold it like this, and then there's like a button on the side, and if you move it you lose the button, and nobody likes that, and it's like hard to get it in the right spot. So get a satisfier, they're better. It's not like supposed to be an advertisement, but like just if you're like interested, I guess. But yeah, as I'm like helping these women in, I also forgot already to like mention, because the man was acting so sporadically and we were about to close and I was by myself, I asked Olsen to come in because he came like to pick me up a little bit early. So he came in just to have him there, because like we have gotten like robbed at gunpoint from what I've been told from my coworkers that work there, and I don't want to get gunned down. Okay, like I don't make enough to get gunned down at work, okay? Like, no thanks. But, so yeah, these women came in, and as I'm like counting this man's change and like trying to get it out the way, I noticed that Bob and Henry were walking towards the door, so I was like, okay, they're trying to leave, like that's cool. I'm glad, because like they didn't seem like they wanted to leave for a while now. And as like I'm helping these ladies, Olsen watches the man like from like right at the door, runs towards our dildo wall. It's just a bunch of dongs in this area, so it's just like we call it the dildo wall. And he grabs like a dildo from like the top shelf and runs out the door. And I didn't notice him like getting it. I didn't notice him doing this at all, because I'm like, I thought they left already. I heard the door chime, or I thought I heard the door chime, and then I didn't see them because I was helping the ladies in front of me. And so he didn't let me know until after the ladies had left, of course. And yeah, that's how I got robbed. Right after that, the store owner came to lock me up because I don't have keys, so she has to lock me up at the end of the night. And so I told her about it. I was like, hey, some man just bought like a dildo from the top shelf, and she was just like, what? thieves. Why? And I was just like, yeah, sorry about that. Like, that sucks. And it was pretty cool because like she reacted pretty nicely. I was glad because I didn't want to pay for it. Like sometimes like if we break pipes and stuff, we have to pay for it, and I'm not paying for like a toy I didn't take home. Like, you will not catch me slipping. But like, I don't know. Did he need it? No. He did not need that. But whatever. He probably need it more than us, I guess. But anyway, that was my story of how I got robbed at my job. If you want more like story times that are like this, I have quite a few like crazy-ish, I guess, stories from working at my job right now. If you want to hear about them, let me know down below. Comment what your favorite toy of any type is in the comments. I would like to know. I'm kind of interested. But yeah, if you like this story, give it a like. If you want to see more of my content, like, subscribe. I'm here sometimes, you know, like I'm doing my best to like come back, make a grand entrance, you know, doing my little thing. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.